What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Corey, aka Mr. Manager, if you haven't been here. And today we're going to be going over the radio video. I know it looks like I was in the same thing I was in my last video because I'm continuing the video here. So, as I told you, I'm going to show you things like how do you connect Bluetooth to this thing. If you have the slim model, obviously because the other ones are discontinued, you should have Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. It should be wireless, I believe, built in. And you're going to have to go to T-Link. I'll show you how to do that. And the issues you might run into when it comes to that. I have a DVR camera. I'll talk to you about the app that I had to do and what I had to do for that. And we'll just kind of go like little by little. So, we'll just walk through things. Like I said, sorry, camera issues. We will just walk through things. And without further delay, let's get the video started. Alright guys, so we're in the car and we're just gonna go over a couple of basics. So let's do Bluetooth, for example. Bluetooth's right up front. If you want to pair, you're going to be on this option right here. Then you would hit search and it would look for phones. My phone's dead, but we're not going to do that obviously because my phone's already connected. But you would hit that little search button and it would find it. My phone is the Motorola, so it's there. If you want to delete anything, you can hit it here, tap that, it will delete it. These are your settings, like your device name, so if you need to know what to look for on your phone, it's car kit link, password 000, stuff like that. When your Bluetooth is connected, you will be able to go to this little icon. My phone's dead, so I can't connect it. That has a little music thing, like the little headphones. If you are on Bluetooth and you have your music playing and it is not coming through your radio and you're wondering why, it's because you are not on this setting. Okay, if you're over here on the call log, or if you're on here in your contacts or the menu, it will not play unless you come to the YouTube menu and you hit this. At that point, you can go anywhere else in the thing, you just can't hit back. Because if you hit back, you technically close out the app, and then that'll close it out for you and you won't be able to hear your music. But if you hit your music and then you hit home, and you come up here, you see that the Bluetooth app's still active, you're good to go because it'll still run in the background. That's how you connect to Bluetooth. The radio is this little green guy right here. It might look different on yours. Radio will pop up, good to go there. You can tune it whichever way you want. You have your EQ settings and stuff like that. Then you come in here, you have an APK installer, which is like for apps that aren't like from the Google Play Store. You can get on here. It's like other apps. You can come here if they have an APK file, you can install them. My DVR camera has an APK file, which I will put in the link in the description. Essentially, you download it into USB, which is what I did. Connect it to here via the USB cable. Remember, I have my port here, so I plugged it in there. You go to your APK thing. You're going to come up here to where USB 2. It'll be connected. Your files will show here. You hit the app, and it'll automatically install it. And that app looks like this. It's HD DVR. You get red lines that pop in. There's a 32 micro SD in there, 32 gigabyte micro SD. You shouldn't put any more with this because it won't work. If you get a flashing red and green, it means it's recording. That's the front of my house. If I hit this, I get these options. I gotta take a photo, video, mic. If I hit this little thing down here, it gives me all my videos in date. Yes, it will record over itself and just keep deleting videos, and you can save any of these if you take the SD out. Let's get out of here. Again, that starts recording automatically by itself unless you stop it and physically hit the camera button. You have other things like the gyroscope if you're like off center to tell you your directions, maps, and then if you want to do Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, I can't show you unfortunately how it connects to the phone. Actually, I could insert a little clip here and show you how it works. Every time you turn on this car, And sorry, it's gonna be a little shaky here. Anytime you turn on the car, the first thing that pops up is always the air conditioning. I have my volts to display on the top, and this goes the Android Auto, automatically connecting. My phone is actually it's in my pocket. So it's automatically gonna connect, and it's gonna bring up the maps, and then I can play music and stuff through here. So this does this by itself. If you are on your phone, you'll notice your phone will kind of like flash. So if I'm on my phone and I open it, it kind of like blinks. Like my phone twitched a little bit there, and then it'll pop up here. It's a weird thing. Sometimes it takes a little bit, but it does work. So now it's coming up. The GPS always comes up, and you have the little YouTube Music app. Sorry, I gotta take away because my address is up there. So this is what it'll look like, and then you have the home button right here where you can go, you know, through your apps for CarPlay and stuff like that. I always just keep it on Maps, and then I usually play music off my phone. Let's silence that so that way you can't hear anything. I don't get demonetized. So if you don't want it to be here, which again, this doesn't limit it, but this is enough for most people. This is what they want. I mean, you have a Navi system. It's an extension of your phone. It's not a mirror, as Max says. So you're not using like Wi-Fi with this. You don't need a SIM card or anything like that. It's literally just an extension of your phone. So it's really nice to have because then you can see where you're at and stuff. This deck unit for the price, I mean, it's a no-brainer, guys. I mean, it's such a good deal. It's such a nice unit. I never thought that I'd appreciate a radio as much. And then I have this. And then, you know, my subs being wired in, I mean, it's amazing. And I'll go through some trouble issues with that too. So let's talk Android Auto, how to even get there. So if you have an Android 12 or higher, Max said sometimes it doesn't work. You have to plug it in, which would be come in here. So when I first had this, I looked up the Motorola Edge, and turns out I believe this is an Android 12. So I tried to hook it up and it would not work. Or I tried to hook it up wirelessly and it would not work because Mac told me to go to T-Link. So if you come up here to apps, you swipe, this is T-Link. So I hit it, and for some reason it said it was trying to connect, and then it said go to your phone. I turned on Android Auto on my phone, and my phone said go to your car or something and do this, or vice versa. The car said click it from your phone. Didn't make any sense. So Max was saying if you have an Android 12, you might have to physically tether it to the USB. So I plugged in the USB just to see if that would work, and eventually it ended up plugging and something. I accepted something on my phone. I think I just went to the Android Auto app, which if you have an Android, or you know, Apple might be a little different. This is mainly for Androids. You just hit Android Auto, and then it kind of let me do my thing. So then after I did that, you saw how that just blinked. That's what it's gonna do when it uploads there. So when I did that with the cable, it worked, right? I shut off my car, and then the next day I went to get in my car, it automatically connected. So it's almost like, and I don't know if this is true, like you need that to tether it first to this so it knows, and your Bluetooth also has to be on. That's another thing. Your Bluetooth on your phone has to be on for this to work. If your Bluetooth's not on, it will not connect wirelessly. So make sure your Bluetooth's on. But the next day after I use the USB cable, it automatically worked. So if you are having issues and you have an Android 12 or higher, even if you don't, I would just recommend trying to plug it in and then see if you can unplug it, shut off the car, turn on the car, and if it'll work wirelessly that way. If it doesn't, maybe you'll just have to plug yours in. I'm honestly not 100% sure on that. But that would be how you connect your Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. You would go to T-Link. Okay, so that's how Android Auto and Apple CarPlay works. And that's pretty much like going to be your big ones here that people are going to use. If you have subs like I do and you want to like balance out like your music and stuff like that, which is a huge thing, you got to come up here to where it says DSP, hit that, it's your equalizer. First you have your scene mode and stuff like that. So like if you want to listen to it on like a rock setting or a pop setting, I just have it on normal where everything's neutral. Surround sound, this will show you like your speakers in the Camaro. You have those in the back, these in the front, and then you have this little one up here if you have the Boston acoustics, I believe, which I have. And you can kind of play with it there. Here's zone again, and you can mess with these. This is your subwoofer control. So this is very important. If you have, why is this zooming in by itself? Oh, that was an accident. Oops. Sorry, guys. I gotta get you out. If you have a subwoofer, this is where you're gonna turn it up or down. Also, you have to pick a frequency that your subwoofer picks up. And for me, if you go to default on this, it automatically goes to, I believe it's 25. So if I hit default, see how I went to 25 and then I went to 0? My subwoofer wasn't working, and me and Max figured it out. But you got to go to a frequency that your sub can pick up. So you could just scroll through them until you hear your sub. And what I like to do that, I figured that for me it was 250, and I like my subwoofer gain at around 6. And that sounds good. And I could turn it up if I want. But what I did to test just the bass, and you can do this too, is you go to sound, And this is for like your speakers. Well, this is your bass boost. I'm sorry, I'll get to that bass filter. This is your bass boost, which I don't really use, but you can use it for like your surround speakers and whatnot. And again, you have to pick the frequency. But if you go to bass filter, these are the rest of the speakers in your car that come with the original Boston acoustic system, which I have, but I try not to use as much bass in them. So but right now I have mine at 0. But typically, if you bring these all the way out, you see how like those little blue things disappeared, how you could see them pop back up, like that one popped up, and then you'll see these get like that little blue thing that pops up. So I have mine at 0, which allows the speakers to put in bass too. But if you bring it all the way to 250, you won't hear any bass from your speakers. So if you have subs, this is how you isolate the subs. Then you can come back to zone, and then you can figure out what frequency works. You can play a song and then figure out what frequency works with your bass. As I got higher in the frequencies, you know, to 50 to 80, that I started hearing more bass. So where I got 250, which is the max, then I heard my bass come out, and then I turned up my gain to help my subwoofer. So that being said, I'm gonna come back here, set this back to default, because when you do have those speakers giving a little bit of bass and the subwoofer, it does sound good together. So add some music. Your Android CarPlay, or Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, which is a big thing. You have a color app here, which you see these are orange. I can change it any color I want. If I pick blue, I like mine on orange because the vehicle's orange, so I leave it there. I go back. File manager, you can look through files if you have a USB plugged in. Like if you have system updates, you download into USB and you want to plug them into here, you can do that. Also, if you come up here and you just hit settings, and then you go to, I believe it's system, it says MCU upgrade, which you know, system update, local update, online, and then I believe if you go developer option requires a code, which Alex I believe has on the website, but if you go to more, I think it is, and you come up here, you can go to system as well, and then you could reset things. This is also developer options, which you need a certain password for, which I believe again Max will have it, and you can always hit them up at Digital Octopus. There's something in here where you can go and you can actually update it, I believe. Maybe if you hit more, no, not more, I just did that. Factory password is 1 2 3 4 5 6. You hit confirm, and this will give you a whole bunch more options. But as far as the system update goes, I believe you would do stuff like that here. And that's pretty much it for the most part. If you have any questions, again, you could always contact Max at Digital Octopus. Again, like I was saying, there is a way, like if your air conditioning doesn't pop up or your Bluetooth's not popping up, there's a way to get into extra settings in the car settings, and you would have to hit, like I think it's like BC6 or like BC3, like you have to hit it, unhit it, and then you have to come up here and you have to swipe down and then restart it, and then that like uploads or like enforces all of the updates you did. But in general, very, very good unit, very pleased with it, and I think that you guys would definitely like it. But you know, that's just one man's opinion. Take it for what it is, which is an opinion. So, as usual, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I don't know why this is. There we go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all the love and support. Starting to dwindle down on the videos here. Again, if you want this radio, you can use my code MrManage40. Link will be, or that'll be in the description. You can get $40 off of your radio. I highly recommend it. It is a badass unit, and I never thought I'd get a radio, and I did, and I love this unit. So everything goes together perfect, and everything's clean, and it's just very friendly. It's very user friendly. So again, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the love and support. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and don't forget to share it if you can. That would be nice. And you know, leave your feedback, and I'd really appreciate it. Again, thank you so much. As usual, just a guy living life, and I will see you guys for the next video. Bye.
Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my